Got back from chopping down a dead balsam fir that I'm going to use for the railing up in the loft. And I'm overheating. The only reason I'm wearing what I'm wearing is because it's so wet in the bush right now with all the snow melting. This is actually seasonal temperatures. For everybody who's been watching over the last couple of weeks, watching the temperature here drop down to as low as minus 33 Celsius with a wind chill at night, and minus like 24 just straight temperature in the middle of the night, and high of, I think it was minus 20 for a high during the day one day. That's not typical. It's more like February weather for here. The average temperature is about 1 degree, so just over 32 degrees Fahrenheit for a daytime high, and then below zero at night. So you get freezing and snow on and off typically at this time of year, but not usually this much snow on the ground or sustained cold like that. So this is back to seasonal for a few days. We've got some more snow coming in starting tomorrow, maybe another 15 centimeters or 6 inches. So that's this is not going to go far. Like, this is not going to melt too much. It's compacting, getting really wet, and then when it freezes, it's going to be a really solid base, and then all that snow is going to sit on top of it. So I mentioned before about the deer starting to move to the yards, and that if it's going to be a harsh winter, that I'll help feed them. And that may happen. We'll see. You never know. Last year was really cold right up till Christmas, and then we had a milder milder winter than typical and less snow. So we'll see. I'm going to check the trail cameras down there. The trail camera down here and a couple around the property. Most of my trail cameras are set up more for security, so places that people could come onto the property or come up to the cabin. So I've got those set up. They don't capture much wildlife. However, those moose that I showed you on the trail camera from October, and 2 deer that crossed just before them, that was actually one of the security cameras that watches where I park. So that was different. But like I said, most of the cameras are set up for that. This one down here is one of the best wildlife spots. And here's what I caught just over the rut, which actually was the deer hunting season. So the deer were breeding during those couple of weeks, and bucks were kind of chasing the does all through this area. So right where I put the pumpkin that was sitting on here on the porch at Halloween, put that down in the little valley here, and actually used it for target practice. Took a couple of shots from up here down at it. There's no other food down there for them, but look at all the deer and other animals that came through, checked out the pumpkin, but also were leaving scent for each other because, like I said, it was breeding season, so they were sniffing around. It looked like they were eating, but there's nothing there. Like I said, it's typical. If you see my other footage from down there, it's bare ground and like hemlock needles. So I'm guessing that's what it was. They were leaving the scent. Bucks were coming and checking out the does and then following them out. There's a lot of deer moving through the area right now, and they're getting into this thicker cover back here, which is what I'm hunting. And I have been finding tracks. I've been seeing the odd deer. Haven't been able to get close enough with my bow yet, but I'm going to concentrate on that over the next couple of weeks now that they're moving into the areas that I'd like to hunt. Now, there is a bear that was hanging around. You can see this track, kind of not the clearest because it had a little bit of snow in it. So it wasn't fresh, but it was from the day before. So we had snow that night. So the bears are mostly in hibernation or close to their dens at least. The only reason typically one would be out right now is if he found a concentrated food source. So this time of year it's often a deer carcass or something, leftovers from the deer hunt. I've seen them do that. I've seen further south, I've seen where a deer gets hit by a car, dies back in the bush, and a bear finds it. And I've seen a bear stay on that carcass till it was completely gone, right up, I think it was probably December 15th or 20th by the time he finished the deer and then went into hibernation, presumably. So pretty interesting. That's what I love about spending all this time in the woods, finding out, just learning more about wildlife and nature and in general. Now, that's one of the trade-offs I've mentioned in the past about having a dog, is that I don't get to spend as much time observing nature one-on-one or firsthand. So these trail cameras are kind of a compromise. Allows me to learn more about their travel patterns, learn more about what animals are here, what the population's like, and just behavior like that. Like I said, the deer breeding behavior that was going on right back here behind the cabin. So very interesting stuff. I find it very interesting, at least. So I'm going to gather a couple more trail cameras that I've got that batteries have been dead, that are in areas I don't get back to check much. I'll pull those in and then set them up where I know there's more deer concentrating right now, so I can get a lot more footage over the next several weeks. Okay, you want to go check that trail camera? Okay, so thanks for watching this video. This is just a quick update video, Monday video. Wednesday I'll probably show you an update on the loft, or the ladder to the loft, the staircase, whatever we're calling it. And I'm starting to work on the rail up in the loft. And what I've decided is the loft has been kind of our private area over the last year and a half, and I haven't shown much of it, or haven't shown any of it in probably, I don't know, almost a year. Once I finish a little bit more up there and we're able to clean up and get all of our stuff put away, so it's more private, then I'll show you what it looks like when it's cleaned up and organized. So hopefully I can do that in the next, I'm thinking month. I'm spending a little bit of time, as whenever the weather's poor, working up there and getting some stuff done. So then when the weather's nice, I'm back at the sauna here. So Fridays typically, if you want to tune into those videos, I'm working on this other log cabin back behind the outhouse. That is going to be the bathhouse sauna. Hopefully get that done before the end of the winter so that I can actually use it in colder temperatures instead of just going swimming in the lake like we normally do, or the stream. Anyway, appreciate it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you at the cabin next time. Take care.